Hello and welcome to the GSD Podcast. My name is Mark, also known as the Wizard of Viz, and I'll get to how I got that nickname just a little bit later. But first, this podcast has been a long time in the making, and I just put it off for too long, and I decided I'll put it together now. I think this is the perfect time for it. Through some convincing of friends and clients, they're like, hey, you should take this knowledge that you know and put it in a YouTube channel or a podcast. And I've always been like, So I finally decided, what the heck? Let me put it together. This is the GSD Podcast, and it is short for, yes, get shit done, because at times we all need a little bit of help to get shit done. Now, yes, there's probably other podcasts. Actually, I know there's other podcasts out there that are called Get Shit Done. But this is very specific to what I'm trying to help people out with in business. So this podcast, the purpose of this is going to be for people that are small business owners, entrepreneurs, or contractors / freelancers. You can kind of put them together. And this is for all of those business professionals who feel stuck, confused, and kind of uncertain what to do in their business and where to go with it. And through this podcast, which is my experiences and what I've gone through, I hope to give you clarity, value, and purpose so you know where to go next with your business. I've learned a lot in the last 10 years of running my business, so I really want to take what I've known, condense it in just the important parts, and put it together in this podcast to provide high value for you to save time, save effort, and save money. So what can you expect from this podcast? Well, through this podcast, I'm going to go through several different factors, everything about just really understanding your business, the purpose of your business, and who your client is, which over the last 10 years, I've honestly have worked with businesses who don't even know who their client is. They don't even know who they're trying to market to. And that's okay. Everyone has this problem. And I'm hoping to solve that for you and to get you to the next level. We're going to go through different things in this podcast. We're going to talk about just like who your ideal client is, what is your specific, unique selling point that you have, even just talking about how to properly run an ad for your business and the different aspects of it. Should you even have a business? Like, should you be a contractor or should you step it up to being an actual small business? What's the difference? What are the benefits for you? Even talking about marketing, like if you need to market your product or service, how much should you really be spending to get that? What is an ideal cost that you should get? And even more importantly, although it's not really that important, but I say more importantly, everyone loves social media. So do you know you don't have to market on every platform? Is it important to put content out? Yes, but you don't have to market on every platform. First, you got to know who your client is. Who's your target? Who's your demographic? Once you figure that out, then you'll know where to put your efforts in. Then you'll know where to market. Should you have other contractors that work for you? Should you bite the bullet and get employees? Like, what is going to take your business, whether you are a small or medium-sized business owner, entrepreneur, contractor, what's going to take you to the next level? We're also going to talk about things like, should you be charging hourly for your work, or should you be charging for the value that you are giving your client? How much experience do you have? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to actually charge for your value and what you're bringing to the table. We're going to also talk about setting up boundaries with your clients. That's a big thing. I actually just had an issue today where a client called me 4 times during another client meeting, and I just denied all those calls. Sorry, but we had nothing scheduled. I will follow up with you later. It's important to set boundaries in the beginning, because if you don't, your client will set them for you. Also, what's essential to your work? And do you really need to be working 7 days a week to make your business profitable? No, you don't. So I hope you join me on this journey. I am excited to get this going. I'm excited to get this out there. I'm hoping that all of this provides value to you and that you're excited to hear about it and that you want more. And I plan to do a podcast once a week. That's my goal of what I'm looking to put out for everybody. So I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear what's on your mind as well as the topics that I'll bring to you, because in the end of the day, I'm trying to provide this for you guys to just take that next level and get out of that rut that you might be in. So thanks for joining the podcast. Thanks for being a part of it. Follow me, subscribe to these if you want to hear more. I'd also love a review from you guys once we get going on these, but wait till we get some content first. If you want to follow me, my website is thewizardofiz.com. And gosh, I'm about to wrap up this podcast and I didn't even tell you where that nickname came from. The Wizard of Viz actually came from a client of mine who would keep asking me how or if I could add something to the project or if I could perform something within the project. And I'd always say like, I don't know if I can do it that way, but I think I could figure out a way. Whatever the client asked, I was able to produce what was there, or I was able to fix what they asked for. And they're like, I don't know how you do it. You're like the Wizard of Oz. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And they're like, actually, you're the Wizard of Viz. And I was like, I actually like that. And they're like, that should be your brand, Wizard of Viz. And then I thought to myself, that's actually not bad. I'm going to have that as part of my podcast because sometimes in life and business, we're just figuring out ways to get something done and of good quality to a client and present it to them. So I thought the Wizard of Viz was perfect for it. So throughout the show, the GSD Podcast, I will be your host, the Wizard of Viz, bringing you guys value and content and experience to accelerate your game. So thanks for joining, and I look forward to hearing from you in my next episode.